Welcome back to our channel, Soap fans. Today is a beautiful day to dive into the absolute madness happening in Port Charles. So grab your coffee and let's get right into it. I am losing my mind over these spoilers for the next 2 weeks. I literally cannot believe they are finally doing this. We all knew something was completely off, but actually seeing it play out is a whole different level of anxiety. I am typing this up so late at night because my brain will not stop spinning over the absolute chaos coming our way between June 29 and July 10. Because, let's be real, the second Nathan West miraculously resurrected, every single longtime fan of this show felt that pit in their stomach. We wanted to believe it. We wanted Maxie and James to have their miracle. But this is General Hospital, and happiness is always a setup for the most devastating heartbreak imaginable. And now, Anna Devane is finally going to explain exactly why she believes this man is a total fraud. Anna is going to lay it all out, explaining how this imposter has been lying from the very moment he showed his face in Port Charles. I mean, Anna has been locked in a French mental health facility, gaslit for 9 months, drugged and made to believe Cesar Faison was alive, and she still has more brain cells than the entire Port Charles Police Department combined. She figured out that Cassius Faison secretly swapped the DNA and fingerprints and cremated the real Nathan. The audacity of this man. But wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's talk about the absolute bombshell that Carly and Lucas are about to drop. The spoilers say Carly is going to eavesdrop on some news that leaves her completely reeling, and Lucas Jones is going to find out the exact same shocker. Am I the only one who thinks they're finally going to discover that Nathan is actually Cassius Faison, his secret twin brother, and that he is the monster behind Jocelyn's kidnapping? Carly is already in full mama bear mode, teaming up with Lucas for a dangerous rescue mission at Windermere. Imagine Carly's face when she realizes the man walking around town wearing a dead hero's face is the one holding her daughter captive. Lucas is gonna go feral. I am so here for Lucas entering his action hero era because he has been sidelined for way too long. They are not going to leave Spoon Island without Jocelyn, and Cassius better watch his back. And speaking of Windermere, can we talk about Jocelyn and Liesel Obrecht for a second? They are locked in that prison cell together, and the spoilers say they are finally going to get on the same page in captivity. I kinda love this dynamic. Jocelyn is fierce and defiant, and Liesel is... well, Liesel is a survivor who will do literally anything to protect her family. But think about the psychological damage that is about to hit Obrecht. She is going to find out that the man parading around as her beloved deceased son Nathan is actually another spawn of Cesar Faison. Cassius has been deceiving everyone, and Liesel is going to absolutely lose her mind. I wouldn't be surprised if she teams up with Jocelyn to literally tear Cassius apart with her bare hands. So while all of this is happening, Ross Cullum is out here playing God and handing out death sentences like candy. Cullum gives Cassius some deadly instructions regarding Jen Sidwell. He wants Cassius to go to the house Sidwell bought for Lucas and make sure Sidwell doesn't walk out alive. Cullum is scrambling to tie up loose ends because his entire cold fusion project is on the verge of imploding. But Cullum doesn't stop there. He apparently sent someone to wipe out Jack Brennan too. Wait, hold on. This is the part that actually has me screaming. Nina Reeves is going to discover the danger and save Brennan from a grim fate. I know some people are loving the idea of Carly and Brennan, but personally, I am totally on board with Nina and Brennan. Do they make sense? Maybe not on paper. But the chemistry is undeniable, and Nina desperately needs someone who isn't tied to the Corinthos mob drama in the same toxic way Sunny is. Nina swooping in to save this dangerous, mysterious WSB guy is exactly the kind of soapy goodness I live for. Brennan owes her his life now, and you just know that is going to spark something huge between them. Okay, back to the mob drama, because Sunny Corinthos is about to walk right into a trap. Jen Sidwell thinks he has the legendary mob boss cornered. Sidwell sets a trap for Sunny, probably thinking he can finally eliminate the biggest threat to his criminal operations in Port Charles. But this is Sunny we are talking about. He is always 5 steps ahead. Sidwell is going to get the shock of a lifetime because Sunny is about to reveal something massive. He is going to drop the bomb that Ross Cullum is the one who killed Marco Rios. Sidwell has been holding Lucas at gunpoint, blaming him for Marco's murder, and Sunny is going to use this truth to completely turn the tables. I kinda love when Sunny uses information as a weapon instead of just sending Brick to shoot someone. It is so much more satisfying to watch these villains turn on each other. But honestly, the storyline that is breaking my heart the most right now is Britt and Rocco. I am so emotional over this. Rocco is going to find out about Britt's arrest, and he is going to absolutely lash out at Dante and Lulu over her legal crisis. And he should. I am sorry, But Dante and Lulu have handled this entire situation so horribly. Britt is sick. Her symptoms are returning. She was hiding out in the British Virgin Islands, terrified, and she forced Rocco to promise to leave with his parents to keep him safe. And what happens? Dante makes a mysterious phone call before leaving Tortola, wanting Britt to face kidnapping charges, and that call gets her arrested. But here's the twist that makes me want to pull my hair out. That arrest actually saved Britt's life because Cullum had secretly swapped her medication with poison. If the cops hadn't busted through that door, Britt would have injected herself and died alone in that safe house. So yes, the arrest saved her, but now she is locked inside the WSB custody system, which is completely controlled by Cullum. Dante essentially handed her over to the man who wants her dead. Rocco is going to unleash his wrath on his parents, and the guilt is going to eat Dante alive. They are going to have to race back to the island to save her, and I am just praying they get there in time. Britt sacrificed her freedom for Rocco, and if she dies in a WSB holding cell, I will never forgive these writers. And speaking of Lulu, she is about to have the worst week of her life. The spoilers say she is going to face a couple of major revelations. First, she is going to get an admission out of Charlotte that Valentine Cassadine was hiding out at Carly's place for months. Lulu is going to be furious that her daughter was keeping this massive secret and that Carly was harboring a fugitive. But that is nothing compared to the second bombshell. Lulu is going to discover that Nathan is actually Cassius. Think about her history with Nathan. Think about how much she loved him. Finding out that this man is a Phazon imposter and that his charade is finally exposed is going to send Lulu into a complete tailspin. She's going to be so loud and cacophonous about this, and honestly, I am here for the drama. Because Cassius is about to become a fugitive. The walls are closing in on him. Anna knows. Carly and Lucas are finding out. Lulu is finding out. His entire Nathan act is crumbling to dust. But instead of just making a break for it and disappearing into the night, Cassius is going to take a major, idiotic risk. He is going to try to bid farewell to James West. Am I the only one who finds this incredibly creepy and tragic at the same time? Cassius has clearly formed some kind of twisted attachment to his dead twin son. He wants one last bonding session at the batting cages with James. But this is going to lead to massive trouble, and the spoilers say it could put Cody Bell in a tight spot if he corners Cassius with James. Cody has really stepped up as a protector lately, and if he realizes this fake Nathan is trying to take off with James, Cody is going to intervene. I am terrified that Cassius might hurt Cody to get away, or worse, try to take James with him as a hostage. Cody better watch his back, because Cassius has nothing left to lose. And then we have the absolute mess over at the Quartermaine Mansion. Let's talk about Ava Jerome for a second before we get to Brooklyn. Ava is going to react as someone confesses something huge. We all know Ethan Lovett has been pulling some sneaky tricks and blackmailing Ava, but I am betting my bottom dollar that Ethan is going to confess he is not actually Phoebe's biological father. Ava has been holding this Delilah Wilson connection over his head, and Ethan is finally going to flip the script. Ava's reaction is going to be priceless, because she hates losing leverage. But the real Quartermaine drama is between Brooklyn, Chase, and Willow. I cannot even begin to explain how frustrated I am with Brooklyn right now. She was the other driver who fled the scene of Jordan Ashford's accident. Yes, she didn't realize she hit anyone, but instead of just coming clean, she listened to Lucy Coe and decided to frame Willow Kane for it. The audacity! Willow is already spiraling out of control, and now she is going to have to fight these massive hit-and-run accusations. But Brooklyn's plot is going to start crumbling, and it is entirely her own fault. Because who is going to step up to clear Willow's name? Harrison Chase. Her own husband. Chase has always had this ridiculous soft spot for Willow, and he's going to make it his absolute mission to prove she is innocent. And in doing so, he's going to follow the trail of evidence right back to his own wife. I mean, did Brooke Lynn really think this through? She is married to a cop who is already facing massive career issues because he arrested Tracy Quartermaine based on Willow's lies. Chase is going to dig into this hit and run, and he is going to realize that Brooke Lynn not only left the scene of a crash, but she maliciously framed his ex to cover her own tracks. This is going to completely nuke their marriage. I know some people love Brooke Lynn and Chase together, but this betrayal is too deep. You can't build a marriage on this level of deception, especially when they are trying to adopt baby Phoebe. Michael Corinthos has been scheming to push Willow and Chase into an affair, and honestly, Brooke Lynn is doing all the work for him by pushing Chase right into Willow's defense. I've been watching this show for years, and I can tell you right now, this is the kind of storyline that changes character dynamics forever. Remember when they tried to pull a similar frame-up storyline years ago? Yeah, it didn't work out for the liar then, and it is not going to work out for Brooke Lynn now. She is going to end up confessing to everything because the guilt and the fear of Chase finding out on his own will break her. And when she confesses, Chase is going to walk right out that door. I am dreading watching this train wreck, but I also can't look away. The next 2 weeks are going to be absolutely packed with action, heartbreak, and massive reveals. From Anna finally tearing down the Cassius Faison facade, to Nina saving Brennan, to Rocco's heartbreaking realization about Britt, this show is firing on all cylinders right now. I just need everyone to survive this Windermere hostage situation so Carly can finally get Jocelyn back. Let me know in the comments if you guys are as stressed out as I am, because I definitely need to share this anxiety with people who actually get it.